Hey guys, welcome back. Jordan here at the Nutty Gnome Homestead. We're out here on our orchard today getting ready to do the last of our pruning on our fruit trees. This is going to be a real quick video. We've showed you guys how we prune our trees in the past. If I have time later today, I might do another one on how we do our grafting, because I have a couple trees I do want to do some grafting with. But we're going to jump right into it. First things first, you need yourself a nice set of pruning shears. I'll leave a link to these down below. These are the Fiskars. I really like these. Guys, make sure your tools are sharp. Sharpen your tools, sharpen your saws, sharpen everything you're going to be using on these trees. You want to make sure everything's sharp so you do less damage to the tree, and you also want to make sure it's sanitized. Before I even start cutting on this tree, I'm going to take some isopropyl alcohol. This is the 91%, and I'm going to sanitize these shears. The reason I do this is there might be a disease or a mold or a fungus or something on the previous tree that I was working on, and just move them a couple times. It gets all the way around it. Does pretty good. And we don't want to transfer that from tree to tree, and we don't want to transfer it from the same tree from a healthy part to an unhealthy part, and vice versa, going around. So we're going to get you guys in here close, and I'm going to show you how we get this tree pruned up. Now I'm going to try to do this all with one hand, so you might have to bear with me. This is one of our apple trees. It's about 10 foot tall or so. First thing I look at it is anything that crosses or grows up towards the center. We have some branches here that grow up towards right here that grow up towards the center. This branch is actually all new growth from this previous year that come off of a stump that we cut off of a branch from last year. All three of these are getting removed. It's amazing how much growth they can put on in one season. If I come around the back side here, you guys can see we trimmed this one off last year because it was growing up on the inside of our tree. I don't want this branch here growing up on the inside, so we're going to get that cut off. Anything that grows towards the inside that's going to hinder airflow around these trees is coming out. So we're going to go ahead and take that one off. Now I have a bucket here with me that we will put all of our trimmings in. We don't like to leave any of our trimmings out here for the sheer fact of it could spread disease. So I'm going to sit you guys down. I'm going to do a little trimming on this tree, and I'll be right back. Now I'm looking for anything that is diseased, dead, or dying. Any of the branches that are growing right straight up, or anything that is crossing. So those are the first things I cut out first of any of my trees. It doesn't matter what else I'm doing to it. That is what I'm looking at primarily, and then from there I'm going to adjust fire. I took probably a third of a 5-gallon bucket full of cuttings off of this tree. It looks pretty good. I am going to get some spreaders out here and spread the limbs, but I think for the most part, other than getting my ladder out here and topping it off, I think this one's pretty good. So this branch right here, I need to get my saw out here and I'll get that cut off. But for the rest of it, I got a nice open center. I've got my branches coming out. Anything that was crossing or going in has been removed. It looks pretty good, and it does have a lot of fruiting spur wood on it. This is your spur wood, guys. This is where your apples and your blooms are going to be coming from. Now, you are going to cut some of those off. Yes, it is part of doing business. But in order to have healthy apple trees, fruit trees, any kind of trees in your orchard, you're going to have to remove some of that material, because you want to be able to, one, manage it, two, make sure you got a good airflow. Good airflow in these fruit trees is what's going to ensure that you don't have as many problems later on down the road, and you can use less chemicals. So I'm going to prune up a few more of these trees, and I'll be back in just a minute. Now this tree was planted in the fall, and we had a big rain. I had it staked up, but a deer came up here and knocked my stakes down, and the rain, it started to lean. I've got some more stakes coming. I'm going to get this pulled back up straight, but this one needs a lot of help. There's a lot of material here on this tree that needs to be cut off. I have to remember though that it's going to be standing straight up. All of these branches are kind of leaning off to the side facing to the east, but whenever I get it pointed straight up, these branches are going to straighten out. So I'm looking to remove all of this wood right from the center first. Like I said, anything that's dead, dying, or crossing goes first. Anything that goes right straight up or is growing inward, we get rid of. And you don't have to spend a lot of time on these trees. Remember, guys, if you don't get it this year, you can always get it next year. So we try to make sure we get plenty of airflow, a good scaffolding. We don't want any see, we've got all these branches that are facing this way, kind of makes it look cattywampus. So I'm going to do a little more trimming on this. It's got quite a bit of material that needs to be removed. These guys down here at the bottom, we'll take them off. Now, all of these can be used for scions. They can be used for grafting. The small stuff, I'll give these to my chickens or my rabbits. They really like this kind of stuff. Really good for them to chew on. Pruning wood. So I'm just looking at this to see where I need to cut, what's going on here. That's growing in. That's growing in. These guys are a little close together. I don't like this one, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out. And then this is going to give us a nice open bowl or a vase shape to this tree when we're all said and done. Now, after I get this straightened out, putting some stakes in here, then I'm going to come back with a couple of weights, and I'm going to put some weights on a few of these branches to get them to lean out a certain direction. And I'm also going to put some spreaders in here to help spread these branches out. You don't have to buy the spreaders online. You can make your own. I make mine out of scrap pieces of wood. Got a notch in each end, wedge it into the tree. They work very good. So I'm going to finish getting this guy taken care of. But folks, that's how we prune our apple trees, fruit trees, peach trees, pears, all of them, guys. They're all pretty much pruning the same. We want to make sure we get plenty of airflow. We want to make sure that we are not leaving any dead or dying wood on there that can introduce disease. Anything that's crossing is going to create a wound on any of the other branches that can give a foothold for disease or fungus or mold or something to set in. Guys, it doesn't have to be rocket science. Get out there, cut your trees, and just remember, if you make a mistake, it will grow back. So until next time, get your fruit trees pruned up. I'm sure you guys will appreciate it when you get abundance of fruit in the fall. Y'all stay safe.